Monica.
Hi, I'm Jill.
I'll be your social worker for this intake session, okay?
Okay.
So before we start and get into what this session is going to be about, I have to tell you about little things that I have to tell every client that I meet. First, we're going to talk about your client's rights. So, clients have certain rights while receiving services and care from our agency. It is our obligation to inform you of these rights. So, you have the right to a high standard of care and service. You have the right to be treated with courtesy, respect, and dignity. You have a right to be informed of all the services available to you. You have a right to review your records by submitting a written request to our administrator. You have a right to make suggestions and changes to your treatment plan. You have a right to discontinue and transfer services at any time. You have a right to receive care that is specific to your needs despite any physical limitations or language barriers. You also have a right to report any concerns that you have or problems to our administrator at 410-222-2222. So by signing this agreement, that's letting me and my administrator and people at my agency know that I told you about these rights and that you understand.
Okay.
Will you sign this for me? Okay. Okay. So also I have to tell you about our limits of confidentiality. So confidentiality is kind of just like what you say here in our sessions will stay between you and me. I can't tell anybody else, can't tell people at my home or other colleagues, but there are limits to this confidentiality. So at this agency, if you report information about a child being physically or sexually abused or neglected, I have to report this information to the local Department of Social Services because I am a mandated reporter.
Okay.
If you report information about a vulnerable adult being abused or neglected, we are also required to report this.
Okay.
And then if you're at risk for harming yourself or someone else, we are required to ensure your safety as well as the safety of other individuals that you are going to threaten to hurt. So, if you could sign this for me as well. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
I understand. Thank you. All right.
Thank you. And then towards the end of the session, I'll make sure to get you some copies and put copies in your file so that we know that you signed it and you can remember your rights and your limits.
Sounds good.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about yourself, why you're here, why you want to come talk to me?
Okay, so I'm in college, and it's just been kind of a hard transition to get used to. It's just a lot I'm used to being at home with my friends and everyone I know and being able to walk out the front door and like talk to people and see everyone and just kind of get along with everyone, and it's completely different here, and I've just had a hard time.
I understand that. So for what I'm hearing you say, you just started college. It's very different from the way you used to do things at home, so you're feeling a little maybe lost or confused about your transition into college. How would you describe your everyday schedule life at college right now?
Well, right now, really all I do is I go to class, I come home, I'll usually try to eat something. Sometimes I skip it out, skip out on the meals, I'll just go to sleep or like watch Netflix in my bed because I don't know, I don't really have any friends, and I know everyone says just go out and make friends, but it's just not as easy as it looks for me. I don't know, I don't want to.
So from what I'm hearing you say, it's not easy for you to make friends. How would you describe your social life before you went to college?
Not to sound like this girl, but like I was like very popular. I had so many friends. I went to a small high school, so pretty much everyone knew each other. And I saw my best friends every day in high school, and then we would usually stay after school and do activities together, like sports and like different activities. And then I would go home, finish some homework, be with my parents, eat a meal, and then wake up and do it all over again. And on the weekends, I usually partied or had some type of sport event or went to the mall or something like that. I was never in the house.
So how does this, how did your social life before you went to college, how did it make you feel?
Loved and fun and energetic. Like, it made me feel like I always had someone if I needed someone. Like, even one person wasn't available, I had 10 more
Mm-hmm.
that I could reach out to and talk to. And yeah, and then it's like I came here and I don't even have one, so it's just really different.
So from what I'm hearing you say, you felt loved before. You kind of don't have friends now at college. Is making you feel a little, I would say, depressed,
Yeah.
upset. As I mentioned before, lost.
Definitely.
Do you have a roommate?
I do. Her name is Emma.
Emma.
She's
How would
sweet.
how would you describe your relationship with Emma?
I mean, as a roommate, she's a good roommate. She's
Mhm.
sweet, but she's definitely more popular one out of us too. She's always out and I'm always in. So, and you know, she's nice. She like invites me to do stuff, but it just doesn't feel like home. Like, I don't know. The people that I meet here don't feel like the people that I have at home.
So what about home is it that you miss, that you wish you had here at college?
My friends for sure, my mom, and just like knowing where I am, like being able to drive down the street and like not even really like look at the roads. I just know the direction I'm going.
So you mentioned your mom. How would you describe your relationship with your mom?
She's like my whole heart. I love her. We used to like not get along that much, and then I think as I got older, you know, you start to realize like she's not the enemy, like she's your
Mhm.
friend. So yeah, it's really hard, and I know she works so hard with her jobs and stuff, and you know, I'm the only girl. It's my dad, my brother, my mom, and me, and I'm the only girl in the house. So I know when I go away, she definitely misses like having that person, like another girl, just to like watch movies with and like do that kind of stuff. So it makes me kind of feel guilty a lot that I'm not there for her as well.
Mhm. So what I'm hearing you say is you feel guilty because you were kind of your mom's number one support back home, and she was your support. I'm hearing you say that you really love your mom and that you miss her.
Yes, absolutely.
Are there any characteristics within your family, your mom, your friends that you would try to look for here at college?
Definitely loyalty and just like no judgment, like
Mhm.
accepting, loyalty, love, fun, energetic, like just people that you don't have to plan with. You can text them and be like, let's go get something to eat, and they're like, alright, give me 5 minutes. Like just like fun.
So what I'm hearing you say is you're just looking for people who are fun, not a lot of planning going on with your times when you're hanging out. It's kind of just a spur of the moment thing. Seems like back home gave you a lot of happiness, and here you can't really find your happiness. So I think we can try to work on making friends with those characteristics or personalities that you would like that you had back home. I also want to work on your school life. So can you tell me a little bit about your grades, how you're doing in school right now?
I do really well in school because I think it's the only thing I really focus on because I don't go out really. So
Mhm.
I feel like if I didn't do well, that would be a problem. But
Yeah.
no, I do well. Pretty much all straight A's, and yeah, the school is probably the main thing right now that's kind of like giving me motivation and making
Mhm.
me kind of feel good about myself. You know, when I get like a good grade back, it kind of gives me that little ounce of hope that I need for the day. Like, all right, I'm fine, I'll get through the day. But that's pretty much what I've been relying on lately.
So from what I'm hearing you say, school is basically the only thing right now that gives you hope, makes you happy when you receive a good grade, kind of really the only thing you're able to focus on right now, just because it doesn't seem like a social life right now is what is happening for you.
Right, yeah.
Good grades are important, so that I'm very glad that you're getting good grades at school. Besides the grades making you happy or hopeful, how would you describe your personality, your strengths?
I'm very hard worker. I'm very kind to everyone I meet.
hard worker.
Hardworking.
How do you feel like these strengths could help you in finding friends here?
I can put my determination forward instead of always on my grades to go join a club or something like that. I don't know. It gives me like anxiety to have to go by myself to
Mhm.
these events and stuff like that. Like when we get emails about clubs like having stuff, it gives me anxiety to know I have to go by myself and meet all these new people and like talk to them and like I don't know, I don't want to mess up or like say something dumb and then they like think something of me. So I just try to avoid doing it all together.
So what I'm hearing you say is social situations right now at college are making you feel very anxious
Yes.
and almost preventing you from being able to reach out to other people and make friends.
Yes.
How would you describe your coping mechanisms with this anxiety? Do you do anything to help overcome your anxiety or help push yourself out there to
No, which is why I usually just end up giving in and sitting in my room. Sometimes when my friends like come down and visit, like I completely forget that it's even a thing. Like I'll be like, oh yeah, let's just go out. Who cares? Like I don't care what this person thinks of me. But it's because I have my friends here, and I don't. When they're here, I don't think about it. I'll be like, oh, I'm by myself. I'm doing this and doing that.
Well, that's good. Are there any other things outside of school that give you hope, help you feel, I guess, less stressed about not finding friends? Maybe do you go to church, or do you have anything spiritual you believe in that gives you hope?
I do believe in God, but I don't go to church. My whole life I went to Catholic school, so like I feel like I've gotten enough of it for right now. Like I can take a break, but just kind of like knowing that I'll be out of here in a few years and I'll be in the real world doing what I want to do is kind of what keeps me going. Also, like I know that I had like a really fun high school experience, and some people don't have that. Some people get it in college, some people don't get it at all. So, you know, I'm kind of happy that I at least had one good experience, and like maybe that was just my time, and now I just need to do what I need to do and get out of here.
I mean, that's understandable. It would be nice if we could work on some coping mechanisms or some ways to help you with your anxiety so you can have a good experience at college as well. Have the same one as high school or even better. That would be pretty good. Do you have a job on campus or?
No, I used to work, but then it got too much, so I decided to just kind of give it a break for right now and give myself some time. And if, you know, I have some money saved up if something goes wrong or, you know, rainy day, like I do have some like money that I can lean on in case something happens. But for right now, I'm trying to just focus on myself and getting myself better.
So with this extra money, this rainy day money, do you do anything fun? Like, is there anything, like going to the movies, going to the mall, or is there anything like you like to do to like cheer yourself up, or?
I buy a lot of food. I buy and online shop most of the time.
I feel like most people do.
Yeah.
It's pretty relatable.
Yeah, just
Okay.
open it up.
So, talking about money, talking about friends, talking about school, it seems like you're having a hard transition here from high school to college. Had a lot of friends in high school, now you don't have a lot of friends in college, maybe not have anyone, no support system, so we're gonna work on ways to find support systems, ways to cope with your anxiety about not wanting to go out and make friends. We're gonna work on your relationship with your mom to help you not feel guilty for not being there. There are ways that you can express this to your mom, let her know. I think we're gonna work on just overall making sure that you have a good experience at college while also maintaining those good grades. So we can try to do another session next week, this time if you would like.
That works.
Okay, so I can put you in my little schedule, and then I'll give you a card, and we'll go from there.
All right, that sounds good.
Nice
Thank you
meeting
so
you.
much. Nice meeting you.
Of course.